Okay, cool. My name's Conrad Lineman. I went to the Olympics back in Sydney, Australia a long time ago. And now I work with CanFund to help all of our crazy athletes trying to represent our country and win a medal. So it's an honor and privilege to do that. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, because we all have busy lives, right? Everybody busy? Yeah, everybody's busy. So I want you to pat the person beside you on the back for being here tonight. Let's do a little quick So we're going to kick it off so with CanFund, we've raised over $22 million. And we funnel money directly to the athletes. So each athlete can receive $6,000 up to twice a year. So they can get $12,000 per year. To some of us, maybe in the room, it doesn't sound like a lot, but to the athletes, is that quite a bit of money?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It makes a huge difference. And every athlete's in a different situation. Some athletes have to pay for their equipment. Some have to pay a team fee to be on the team. Should I say how much?
Go ahead.
The downhill skiers, some of them pay 26 grand a year to be on the team.
Wow.
Most people don't know that. They don't share that in the media, but that's the case. Some have to pay for coaches. That's what I had to do. I had to pay $4,000 a month for my coach. I paid for that. So I get passionate about this because I know what the athletes are up against, and they want to just do their best at the games. Well, to get to the games, that's the first thing, is to get there and then see what they can do there. So I'm not going to say any more, and I'm going to get the athletes to introduce themselves, and Rosie's going to go first. Welcome, Rosie.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie, and I guess after London a lot of people asked me if I was going to retire and asked me why I wasn't. I asked myself the same question a few days when I was struggling at training over the last few years too, but it's last year I was off my sport for about 5 months because of a concussion, and during that time all I could think about was how I would give absolutely anything to be able to jump on the trampoline again. And how, as the Worlds came closer, I would give absolutely anything to have my chance to compete at Worlds to hopefully earn a spot for Canada to the Olympics. A month out, we didn't know if that was possible, but 2 weeks before we left, I was able to start jumping again, and luckily I got the chance to compete, and we got the spot for Canada. And it's because of that, I guess, passion for my sport, that love for the sport, that's why I've stayed in sport for another 4 years, and who knows how long after that. But that isn't unique to just me. That's the passion and the love for the sport that CanFund is fueling each and every day. So as I work towards Rio and all these athletes work towards whatever their next steps are too, that's what you guys are here to help. So thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Jana Hefford. I'm a hockey player. I started playing hockey when I was about 6 years old. I grew up in Kingston, Ontario, and went on to play with the national team for 17 years. And through that time, I can honestly say that I don't know if I would have been able to have as long as a career as I did without the support of CanFund. It was huge for me. I was a multiple-time recipient of it. And through my 5 Olympic Games that I was able to compete in, I think one of the most rewarding parts is to see how the game has grown and where women's hockey has come from the time when I was young, where it was really considered a boys' sport, and I was, one of the odd girls that played a boys' sport, to now where women's hockey is so widely accepted and embraced by Canadians. So it's been an amazing 17 years for me, and now I'm officially retired. But I'm a 5-time Olympian and a multiple-time CanFund recipient.
Hello, I'm Rochelle Weinberg, and I'm a 2012 Olympic silver medalist from London in rowing. I'm also now retired and a naturopathic doctor practicing in the beaches. It took me 3 Olympics to get my goal. The first Olympics was in Greece in 2004. I went as a spare, and the beaches were amazing. And in 2008, we had an injury in the boat, and I didn't do as well as I would have liked. We didn't quite make the final, but my now husband proposed on the Great Wall of China. And the third Olympics in London was perhaps the hardest of all. My father had passed away from cancer, and my mother had a late stage 3 cancer, and we had a pact. I would win the Olympic medal, and she'd be on the stands to watch me. And when I got up on that podium, she was right there in the stands, and my father had the best seat in the house. So, I'm Rochelle Weinberg. I'm an Olympic silver medalist and 3-time Ken Fund recipient.
Hi everyone, I'm Heather Bansley and I'm a beach volleyball athlete. I'm a 2016 Olympic hopeful. In 2012, I helped Canada earn a berth for beach volleyball to the Olympic Games. But the way that our federation works, we had to have a Canadian trials. And it was just best of one match, and my teammate and I lost that match, and that was the end of my Olympic run. But now, 3 years later, heading into 2016, my teammate and I have had the most successful season a women's beach volleyball team has ever had in history. We were the first team to podium on a Grand Slam and a major series event, and we're currently ranked 4th heading into the Olympic year. And I'm a multiple Ken Fund recipient, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Dylan.
I'm Luba.
I'm a multiple Ken Fund recipient. I'm a 2014 Olympic silver medalist in the figure skating team event. After that season, my then partnership ended unexpectedly, and I was the ripe age of 29, which is kind of like a dinosaur in my sport. But I felt like I wasn't done. I had a lot left to give and a lot more improving to do, and I was pretty heartbroken. And in figure skating, finding the right partners next to impossible. But luckily, I imported a nice young lady from the motherland, and I got a second chance. And
I came from Russia. I'm very happy to be here in Canada and represent this wonderful country. I fell in love with Canada from 2010. It's my first experience about Canada. We had a competition in Kingston, the Grand Prix.
where she beat me.
After some times my career was going to be ended because of some obstacles which I've gone through, and I was out of figure skating for almost a year and a half, I would say. But I felt that I did not realize fully my potential, and I wanted to come back and do more and to show people what I can do and enjoy figure skating. And I'm so happy that I have a second chance to do the thing which I love most of my life.
I'd just like to say, just on a side note, about Jane and Conrad. When Luba and I got together, Luba's not a Canadian citizen yet, so we're working through that. But they sat me down. They helped me hash out a plan to try and raise some money, and offered any help if we needed it for getting our citizenship. So we're very passionate, but so are Jane and Conrad, and it's a real honor to be working side by side with them. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Natalie Spooner, and I was at the 2014 Sochi Olympics for women's hockey, where we won gold. And I don't know, I feel like everyone probably watched that final game and how close it was.
Front row!
Going into overtime, but I have to say our year leading up to that was not easy. I'd never made an Olympic team before, so I was definitely kind of a bubble player, and to have the support of Can Fund, it definitely helped kind of take the pressure away from the ice and away from the weight room off. And we had a lot of adversity that year. I had a concussion, and then our coach actually stepped down like 2 months before the Olympics, and we had to get a new coach. We lost almost every single game to the boys we were playing against. So it definitely wasn't going good going into the Olympics, but we turned it around and came out with the gold. And definitely the Olympics brought me a lot of other cool experiences. I also got to go on the Amazing Race Canada after, if anyone watched that. Probably the Olympics were a lot more exciting. I'd much rather win gold than win silver in Amazing Race. And yeah, now I'm still playing, so hopeful for Pyeongchang.
Hey everyone, my name's Grant O'Gorman. I'm 22 years old from Scarborough. I play beach volleyball for our national team with that handsome guy who just walked right in.
Come on in.
All these athletes have talked about obstacles they've overcome. For me last year, Sam and I were pushing hard to finish the season strong, and in October my mom passed away. After that, we still had a couple more tournaments, and Sam and I managed to finish with a silver medal at the Continental Championships. And I'm so proud of our teamwork and how we stuck together through that moment. And now we're pushing hard for the Olympic Games, and we appreciate the support from everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Eric Gillis. I'm a marathoner, and I've run my 5 fastest marathon times here in Toronto for the Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon, including my 2011 race when I was chasing the Olympic standard for London. And in that race, I needed a 40-second personal best with 40-kilometer-hour winds. I had lots of confidence going into the race, but I had no idea what I was going to actually accomplish once I got on the line. 40 kilometers into the race, I was still on pace for that Olympic standard that I needed, 2:11:29. With 1 kilometer left to go, I knew it was going to come down to within 5 to 10 seconds either way, which is a lot over a marathon. So I made a pact with myself that I was going to give it everything I possibly had that last kilometer, because if I missed it by a second, and I felt like I could have given it a little bit more, I would have been really disappointed with myself, and maybe it would have been, really difficult. So I just put my head down with 300 meters left to go. I now needed to break 1 minute to get to the Olympics in Toronto. And I, again, just put my head down. Every second counts, because it was going to come to a very close finish. I made the turn up to City Hall, and the announcer, with less than 100 meters to go, recognized the standard that I needed to reach and got the crowd of half marathoners that were right beside me streaming in, and the other side, which was all the spectators, doing a countdown for me. 10, 9, 8, 7. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, everyone's doing a countdown for me. And then I realized the significance of the countdown. That made me more nervous, and I checked my watch, and the announcer's like, I don't know why he's checking his watch, but just keep running, it's not gonna help. So I nailed that countdown right on. I got there with 1 second to spare. Me though, knowing road racing, that if you hit it and you have a decimal, they round up, and I had to run under 2:11:29. So if I hit 2:11:29, right, like 2:11:28.2, it rounded up to 2:11:29, and I wouldn't have got it. So it was 10 minutes of waiting. Everyone was cheering for me, by the way, after I finished, because I nailed that countdown right on. I was waiting, and 10 minutes of like, I'm either gonna miss this Olympic standard by a second, or I'm gonna get it by a second. 10 minutes later, someone from, I think it's Canada, comes over and tells me, oh, I guess it's official. You got your, really casual. I guess it's official. You got your Olympic standard by 0.7 of a second. I was just like, then absolutely. Then I joined everybody else and started cheering as well. I'm Eric Gillis, 2-time Olympian. Have my time to go to Rio, just waiting for the official qualification in the end of April, and I'm a CanFun recipient and on the waiting list for the CanFun Rio. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Should we help him?
Hell yeah. Never ran a marathon, never
We
don't
don't
ever
have
count it down for me
6,000
ever. My name's Tess Benham, former Canadian Olympic hockey team member, along with Jana and Spooner. I had the luxury to play with these two ladies. Jana doesn't even talk herself up as big as she is. You're one of the most decorated Canadian athletes, and she didn't bring her 2002 Olympic medal, which upset me because for myself as a young hockey player, that was a very defining moment in women's hockey, and she scored the game winner. So like, come on, Jana. And Spooner, a bubble player, please. She's one of the best players to, she will be one of the best players to don the Canadian jersey whenever she decides to retire, but hopefully not anytime soon. Anyways, I was a Can Fund recipient. It allowed me to buy jewelry like this. I'm kidding, this is not mine. The price tag's on it and it makes my palms sweaty, but you guys can have a chance to purchase this a little later. It's gorgeous, by the way, and it's so light and dainty. Ladies, who wants this? Be honest. I played in the Vancouver 2010 Olympic Games. My first crack at the roster was in 2006 for Torino, Italy. A lot of people don't really know what goes into our training or what we do in an Olympic year. And essentially, Jana, you know what this is all about because you had a young daughter when you did it the last time, but we basically have to drop everything, pack our bags, and move out to Calgary for about 8 months, and 6 to 8 months leading up to the Olympics. It's really awesome because we actually play an NHL schedule. We play against midget AAA teams. We head on the road. We play just as many games as the NHL guys do, if not more, in that period of time. Cut them off. Except we don't get the sweet private jet or anything. We're riding on a stinky Greyhound bus with each other. So there's about 27 to 30 girls that usually get centralized, and the roster's cut down to 21. Now, if you can imagine having about 30 girls, young ladies together, training and seeing each other day in and day out, you should understand that there are a lot of hard times, but there's also a lot of fun times. So we actually become a very tight-knit group. We're more so sisters than we are teammates in the end of it. I fell short in 2006, but I considered that my trial run. That was where I kind of gained all my experience. So when 2010 came around and I had my second crack at it, there's no way I was ever going to let that slip away because the final cuts are actually made about 3 or 4 days before Christmas. So in 2006, I returned home to a bunch of family and friends with a lot of champagne in my fridge and had to tell them that I wasn't going. So we're going to be actually drinking the champagne to forget as opposed to celebrate. But in saying that, I got to watch Jana and the 2006 team as well as the 2014 team compete, and it was really cool because it was like watching your best friend achieve their goal that they've worked so hard for their whole life. And while it sucked that I wasn't there, I knew that feeling in 2006 when I got to watch them get that gold medal put around their neck, that was something that I wanted as well. In 2010, that obviously came to fruition. I'm sure all of you guys, I'm not sure if anybody went to Vancouver by any means, but by far, hands down, I've got a teammate that's from Finland, Emma Laaksonen. She actually captained the Finnish team for several years, recently just retired. And she said by far, hands down, Vancouver was the best put on Olympics that she has ever attended. So kudos to all of you guys for being super Canadian fans, and thank you very much for being here and supporting all of these athletes, and thank you to Can Fund for doing all that you do. Like Natalie said, we have enough stresses in our lives, just trying to make this team and stay healthy and be fit, and I mean, you're wearing the Canadian leaf on your crest. That's a very big deal. So to be able to forget about your personal life stresses and not have that leak into your training at all does wonders. I mean, look at the hardware that's around here. By the way, there's no women's section in here. I'm sure But anyways, thank you very much for having us, and thank you for all you guys do. I appreciate it.
Hi everyone, my name is Kamika Bingham. I'm 21 years old and I'm a track and field sprinter. I am Canada's fastest woman in the 100 meters. I'm also a Pan Am bronze medalist and a 2-time World Championship finalist. I was a part of the women's relay team. I was the youngest, and of course they put me anchor, the most pressured leg possible. But we had games and world relays, and I anchored Canada to a guaranteed spot at the Olympics. Also, I have qualified individually for the 100 and 200. Just have to wait for my performance at nationals, and then I'll see if Rio is for me. Something a lot of people don't know about me is that I used to be a gymnast, and that was my first Olympic dream. Unfortunately, because my 2 older siblings were going to University of Toronto, there had to be some give and take, so it was really expensive. So I had to make that sacrifice for them. And so when I hear things about what Conrad is doing and his passion to help athletes, like, it's just so amazing because there's so many struggling athletes. And somehow, like, a grade 6 race, like winning the 100 meters in elementary school brought me, like, opened a door to track and field. And now, like, I've been exposed to so many experiences and I'm so happy. And it's just great to be, you know, an Olympic hopeful, and just because it's like that close. And I was also one of the lucky ones to be on the phone with Conrad, and he called me and said, you know, I was a Can Fund recipient, so I was like, oh my gosh, for sure I'm coming. So definitely want to thank him for that, and it's just, I'm so excited for, you know, all the support and everything that they've been doing, and it's just wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, like last week. I was like in a
And that was
restaurant.
from this event, so she's your athlete
That's
as well.
2.
All these, that's 2.
Wow, I mean, God, it's hard to be going after all these amazing people. Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. I'm a synchronized swimmer. I was an Olympian at the 2012 Olympics. I participated in the Pan Am Games this summer, won 2 gold medals, which then qualified me to go to Rio next summer. And really, I'm here tonight because I'm actually from Montreal, so I train out of Montreal. I'm based there. I have been since I was 14 years old. So I moved out of my house to go train in Montreal to then make the national team when I was 16. And just have been within that national team family for many, many years. And have been a Can Fund recipient for a number of times as well. And I can't describe to you what the feeling is when Conrad first gives you the call, because we train very hard as athletes. We dedicate our whole lives to what we do. I'm at the pool at 6:40 in the morning, and I get out of the pool at 7:15 p.m. So I spend my whole day dedicating myself for my sport, and having support from all you lovely people here tonight really means the world. And so part of the reason why I actually flew out here tonight is I wanted to be able to give my medal, one of my Pan Am medals, to Mike, who really truly changed my life when I got that phone call from you. And it would be an honor for me for you to display it in your lovely home.
There you go.
Let me get a picture here, guys.
You're going to
Oh, this is just the start.
empty his Mike Gretzky pen, right?
There you go, Mike. Mikey, right here.
Okay, I'm gonna put that right around. Well, actually, I can put it on my neck since it's bad luck.
Bad luck.
Well, for you, it's bad luck for you. Okay.
It
There you
is?
go.
Oh my. That's tough to follow.
Is that all the athletes?
Oh my goodness.
So there are other athletes. Dylan, you guys are kind of on our waiting list, but you guys are going for the Winter Games. There's actually a couple other. There's the beach guys. Sam, like, do you guys want to just come up here real quick?
Take a good picture of everyone
Gotta be-
together.
Yeah, we'll get a picture with them. So, Sam, do you want to introduce yourself real
Oh,
quick?
jeez, this is throwing
Real
me on
quick.
the spot.
Real quick.
Sorry for my tardiness, everyone. Like everyone says, they train hard in order to do what they do. My situation is I also have to work hard to do what I do. So I'm a registered physiotherapist young in Eglinton, so if anyone needs help, my services are available, except today was my last day. Tomorrow morning we're flying to California to start our outdoor training, but again, thank you for all of your support of Canadian athletics. You make it possible for us to wear the Canadian flag across our chest, and I don't think anyone's going to deny that that's one of the greatest privileges we get to do.
So cool. That beach, I'm a beach player, right? You guys know that? These are my guys, right? I didn't know that they were coming. So does anybody here want to just help them, like right now? Like we got. 6,000, 6,000. Does anybody just want to chip in and help them?
I think we should.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. We're here. Yeah.
12,000? That's awesome.
That's why I gave it
Bring a picture.
And the home phone number.
Why are you doing it now?
One of the things I've learned running the charity is if you don't ask, you don't get. I've done that a few times. It's awesome. I just love it. Thank you. Well, I'm going to talk to you after. Okay, so who am I doing next?
I guess it's me. Oh, it's Jane.
Really?
No,
Jane?
it's Mike. You go. You're not going to
Seriously?
speak?
You're going to talk? Okay, fine.
You can. Okay. Well, I guess I can talk. Okay, you guys got to listen to me now. Well, wow, this is cool. Oh boy. I'm not going to come after all you guys. This is pretty awesome, let me tell you. Well, I mean, this says it all right here, if you just take a look at this. So, Deb and I have posted this for, this is our 3rd year. And, you know, it just seems to get better every year. And, you know, as I said many, many times, you guys heard me preach this, that what you're doing tonight is not only great, but changing lives. And it could be the difference between standing here, or is that about the height, guys? About that. And that's what this is all about. You just see these stories here. You know, I don't need to say much more. These guys, it's unbelievable. So we're going to continue to support these guys. And, man, I can't believe they gave me that. That is unbelievable. Like, you know, and you know, guys who know me know that I can't go this day without saying this. And my buddy Nods and Stone over there, these two guys, I'm going to get you guys in a second here. Could you see LeBron James doing this? LeBron James would go, well, here, you can take that, Mike, but I want $50,000 for it. You know, I can't stand that guy. So anyway, that represents everything that's wrong with sports. These guys represent everything that's good about it.
Bravo.
Through this without crying. Come on there, Conrad. I gotta tell this story. So how we got started, Deb and I, a couple years ago. Where's that pale McLennan? Oh, there he is right there. So him and I used to work together, and you know, when Rosie won the gold medal in 2012, we thought, well, you know, I became an expert in trampoline with Rosie. Of course, they were cheering her on in that morning. We were going, we knew it all. So I thought, we gotta help. So we should do something. So I said, you know what? I can get 20 of my pale friends like this one here, and Otter, and we'll throw Deck in the back there. Well, maybe get 250 out of him, but we'll get 500 bucks out of these guys. Give her 10 grand, off we go. So the next thing we know, you can't really do it that way. So we find out we get in touch with Jane, Conrad, and we're gonna work it for tax reasons and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, we come here and we're talking about the event we're gonna have, and of course Rosie's all for it. Walking around the room, she said, you know, and everybody's heard me tell the story many, many times. She said, and I never get tired of saying it, the only better thing about it is I can get through without crying, actually, now I think. So the thing is that she said, you know, Mike, I really appreciate what you're never doing. This is so great. But you know, my sport's not really one that's well known. But I'm getting a notoriety now because I won. But you know what? There's kids going to 2014 that really need help. Would you mind if I shared it? And I just thought, you know, how can you not love these kids when you hear that? And let me give you a hug. That's what our Canadian kids represent, and that's what you're representing here in this room. And you should feel proud, because I know I do. That's it. I feel so proud.